Hi and welcome to MRTV. This is the PIMAX 8KX, and you're probably wondering, hey, why does Sebastian show it now? It's already on the market for quite a while now, right? Yes, that is true, but before I had only checked out a pre-production unit, as you know, and actually this is a new PIMAX 8KX because PIMAX has secretly upgraded it internally with new backlights and new panels, and I am absolutely looking forward to check it out. So in this video, I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to give you my first impressions. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video because all of this goodness is coming up. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sebastian, and if you are excited about virtual reality, but you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, then absolutely do that now and click on the bell button so that you don't miss videos like this one. And if you want to chat with me or the MRTV team or this wonderful community, then join the MRTV Discord server. I'm waiting there for you right now, and we could chat about the PIMAX 8KX, the Vario Aero, or any kind of other headset, and I would love to do that. The link is down in the description of this video, but now let's unbox this. So this is the box that the PIMAX 8KX comes in. It's a simple yet elegant box. Looks fine from the outside. Let's open this and... Alright, your vision is your world. Nice. So let's open this, and here it is, the 8KX. So this here still came with the KD mass earpieces, these here, but I exchanged the whole earpieces with the D mass later. This is the cable. You can see it's DisplayPort 1.4 and 2 USB-A. One of them is just for power delivery. So you don't need an external power brick, which I think is good. All right, what else is in the box here? So we also have these other kind of speakers. If you don't like the over-ear ones, you can put in these, but these don't have a good quality. Don't do that. Please don't do that. All right, we got something to read here, the manual for people who absolutely don't know how to start with this. And here it is. This is the PIMAX 8KX, the new revision. And actually from the outside, you will not be able to tell any difference. The differences are in the inside, like new panel and new backlighting. So looking forward to try that out for you. Again, the casing feels better than the black PIMAX headsets from the very beginning. So this is some kind of rubbery material, which feels good, and that shouldn't be a problem like it was before. The headset comes with 2 of these face paddings, so you can exchange them if one needs to be clean, for example. So that is a good thing. All right, let's dive in deeper here into the headset. Now, it comes with this 4.5 meter cable that is long enough, without a doubt. And let's have a look at the lenses now. And here they are, huge as ever. And well, the lenses and the canted displays and the sheer size of the displays, they make for that huge FOV, where PIMAX says this is like 200 degrees. And well, yes, it is true. It is true. Also, the displays are very high resolution, 2 times real 4K. So that is pretty noteworthy. We still got Ipd Adjustment, so here's the Ipd Adjustment wheel, and what you do, actually you change the lens's position. The position of the displays does stay the same, so that is not ideal, and you will need to find your perfect position here, and it's a bit different than with other headsets. What I don't really like is this audio cable. It just kind of sits there and it doesn't feel right, that it's just like sitting there. Right, so for the next PIMAX headsets, hopefully they come up with better audio solution. All right, so this is the speaker, and this is still the KD mass that I later changed for the D mass, but well, it is the same from the looks, from the optics. So the D max looks very, very similar like this one. You can get the PIMAX 8KX from the PIMAX website for $1,169. That is excluding tax and also not including base stations and controllers. Or if you want to directly get it from Amazon.com, it's going to set you back around $1,500. If you are in the UK, it's going to set you back around £1,100. Very important to understand, you do need an NVIDIA GPU. AMD GPUs are not going to work here, and you should have a 30 series GPU. All right, and here it is. This is the final PIMAX 8KX, and actually the new revision. And well, as you could tell, very nice unboxing experience. Also, when you hold it in your hands, you can tell that PIMAX has done like big advancements. They are much better in terms of the quality, in terms of the build quality, as compared to the beginning of the company. Well, it's still a startup, right? So they're making good improvements here. Anyways, like if you do something like this, it's still not so confidence inspiring. I think this could still feel a bit more stable than it actually feels. It's still a bit plasticky, this part, and other headsets do make a better first impression, right? So this kind of thing here, and yeah, if you would compare it to something like the Aero, for example, then you can tell a difference. But anyways, it doesn't feel bad at all. And I do like that, you can exchange all the cushions here, and it feels really all right. Exactly. And also here, these are the new speakers, the DMAS speakers, and I will let you know all my thoughts about it. What I still don't like so much is actually that there is this kind of like audio cable here. It simply doesn't feel so nice that it's just like sitting there, right? I believe they could have found better solutions for that. So let me put it on and let me tell you what I think about the comfort of this headset. And yeah, I like it. I really like it. The cushions are very smooth. It feels good on the skin. And well, you have this kind of style where you have this knob. And we know this kind of style. And I also told you before already that I like this head strap in terms of comfort. This is still as good. And I believe you can play in it for a long time without feeling bad. The only thing is, like, yes, this is quite, you have quite some heft here. And if you would like shake your head like violently, you have this kind of, weight that is, moving on the head, right? But yeah, it's just like the size. It just comes like in this kind of size. Yeah, but I would say in terms of comfort, it is really nice. Yeah, but what are my first impressions? And I did check that already. And like always, my Patreons saw this first. So here, a little reminder, if you want to see my very first impressions directly, you can see them on Patreon. MRTVelite.com is the link, and you should absolutely check that out. And I will show you now a little clip of that. But before that, I must tell you something. So after the unboxing, when I tried to install everything first, when I tried to set it up first, I put the cable into the computer, and the PIMAX software, the Pi tool, said firmware upgrade. And without waiting for a click or something, it just started with the firmware update. And the progress bar, it went to the end, and at the very end, it said failed. Oh, and I thought like, no, this can't be happening. And I did like completely reinstall the Pi tool before, right? It was a fresh Pi tool software. And then it said like, okay, don't unplug anything, and there was a retry button. So I clicked on the retry button, and the progress bar again went to the very end and again failed. It was a nightmare. It was a really, really bad nightmare. And yeah, it was feeling like it was completely bricked, but it was not bricked. Anyways, what tells me this little story, what it tells me is that PIMAX still has not figured out to really polish the experience. Because I know that people had exactly the same problem like months ago, like probably even years, and it's still happening, even with this new revision. So PIMAX, I know you're watching this. You need to polish these things. The standard user, the standard buyer of this, he or she would have sent it back, right? And I don't think that most people would do what I did then. Like, I was live streaming it to Patreon, and then there was a PIMAX fan, hi Ferdinand, yeah, and he told me what to actually do. So I had to download a special command line tool, like a DFU tool it's called, and then I had to manually flash a new firmware, another firmware that I had to find myself, and everything had to be done with command line tools. It was really not so straightforward thing to do. It did work, but for the standard user, that is a problem. So, dear PIMAX, you absolutely need to solve this problem. This is not good enough. Anyways, then after flashing that firmware manually with that command line tool, it did work. And then I could play some games, and now I'm going to show you some of my first impressions. So I think PIMAX, I know PIMAX has done a really good job on the distortions. So the things that I didn't like before, like the world moving with you, no, that's all gone. That is all gone. And that is good. So yeah, let me just play a game. It looks sharp. It doesn't look G2 sharp, but it is sharp, and it's like just like bigger, right? It's just bigger. And it's not bad bigger. It's pretty good bigger. So yeah, actually I must tell you, my honest feelings right now is that I like it. But let's see. Yeah, so what I really like, as compared to the pre-production unit that I had, like now, I can run this at 90 Hertz. Like the full 8KX resolution. I cannot tell about distortions. It's good. It's really good. But what I can tell also is that the colors are just okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that I can still improve it. I mean, there are some settings. You can really set lots of things that you cannot set with other headsets. Like I can set like how bright do I want to have it, like the backlight. All right, so let me tell you about my first impressions after having used it for like probably 2 hours, right? So this is not my full review, but because my first impression now was actually a positive one, I am going to completely redo my review of the 8KX. I'm going to spend more time with it, and I'm going to let you know everything that I will find out. But now, these are my first impressions after having used it for like 2 hours. And well, it is really better than my first experience with the pre-production unit of the 8KX, because at that time I could only use it in that super high native resolution with 75 Hertz, and I didn't really enjoy it. Now I can use this here at this high resolution at 90 Hertz, and it makes such a huge difference. And well, with the lower resolution, I didn't really enjoy it. I really could see those distortions really clear, and it was just not fun, and I preferred to use other headsets. Now with 90 Hertz, this is a much better experience. First of all, PIMAX has done a really good job of improving the distortion profile. As you can remember, before with the large FOV, I actually couldn't really enjoy these headsets because of distortions. Now I did use it with large resolution, with a large FOV, And yeah, they have improved it so much that I could now use it. Anyways, I still changed it to normal, and then it was so good. There is no problems. There's no distortion problem anymore. I believe that people who are using now the index, they can go into this, put it onto normal FOV mode, which is still like huge, and they will not have a problem with distortion. So really, thumbs up to the PIMAX engineers. They've done a great job of eliminating distortions. It's a far cry from before, how it was before, and it's just nice to see what you can actually do with software to improve this kind of problem. Now that in combination with the 90 Hertz, it was a really good experience, I have to say. And in terms of the optics, also the big problem that I had with the pre-production unit was that I felt that something is off with the visuals, with the optics. I couldn't really enjoy playing. I felt like, okay, something's off, something's wrong. And probably it was the low hertz, the low refresh rate, probably together with distortions. Could be that this was the problem. Now, in this with the 90 Hertz and, well, with the better distortion profiles and probably also the new panels, everything together probably makes my eyes feel more comfortable in this new 8KX. So here now, I was playing there for quite a while, and then after coming out of the headset, I didn't feel bad about my eyes. I didn't have to readjust. And this was the huge problem that I had before. Like coming out of the 8KX before, of the pre-production unit, I felt like not comfortable with my eyes. I had to readjust. My eyes had to readjust, and it was just not nice. Now, with this now, I didn't have that feeling, and that is really, really a huge win. Also, the picture quality is very nice. The high resolution, it worked just like a charm. And yeah, you have this very nice resolution over a huge FOV. So if I would directly do an A/B comparison with the Reverb G2, still the Reverb G2 wins, also in terms of colors. But it is a nice, clear picture over a very big FOV. And what I also liked is really good edge-to-edge clarity, like a very homogeneous picture. A very homogeneous picture over the whole FOV. So I really have to change my opinion about the 8KX. And again, I must give this now a whole new review. My very first impressions here were really good. Now, how about the audio? Well, this is the new DMAS speaker. And before I was using the KDMAS speaker. I'm not exactly sure what the exact name was, but I must unfortunately tell you that I'm not a big fan of these. So, of course, these are better than the speakers that I had in my pre-production unit. I had this kind of open ear pre-production speakers, and they were terrible. They were really terrible. But honestly speaking, I preferred that KDMAS speakers over those DMAS speakers. First of all, the KDMAS speakers are louder, and these here, they are supposed to also like float over your ears like the Valve Index speakers. And yeah, well, they do float over your ears, but they are not loud enough in my opinion. And also, they don't have the same bass like those Valve Index speakers, and they totally cannot compare against the Valve Index speakers or the G2 speakers, right? No, it is okay, but it's really also, again, I must say, a far cry if you compare it to the Valve Index speakers. So actually, you know what? I'm going to take them off again, the DMAS speakers, and I'm going to put those KDMAS speakers back on again, because it was simply a better audio quality and they were simply louder. These are simply not loud enough. This is my first impression. Probably you can do a lot with some extra software, but out of the box, my first experience, these are just okay, and KDMAS was better. So how did it go in terms of software? So I told you I installed the PyTool software, and my first experience was bricked. That it would brick the PIMAX 8KX. And then after all these yeah, problem solving with that command line tool, it worked. But let's talk about the software itself. And I must also say here that PIMAX has done a really good job. Well, not on the firmware thing, but in general, talking about that Pi tool software. They have now something new called the PIMAX experience, which is some kind of new home experience that you can use in VR. So in VR now, you can choose the games that you want to play, and PIMAX will automatically find the right settings for you, so you don't have to, try out the best settings yourself. Actually, it is very comfortable. It is very well done, very easy to use, and you have everything in one nice GUI. So, well done, PIMAX. Well done. And I really enjoyed that, and I want to check this out more. You can also start the games from within that PIMAX experience, and that did work fine. However, I still had some compatibility issues with some games where probably you still have to figure out how it would play in the best way. But again, only my first impression after using it for like 2 hours. I need to play much longer with this for a full review. But well, this is a first experience video, and I told you that I do like what I saw there, and that's why this has really, impressed me as compared to the first experience, and it does deserve a whole new review. Now, in that first experience, how would this compare against the Vario Aero or the G2? Well, I think now it does have a chance, especially for people who love a big FOV, right? Because in terms of FOV, this will win without a question. And actually now it's very usable. Again, my first impression. In terms of the sharpness, no, it cannot compete against the Vario Aero at all, right? Not at all, really, not at all. But it is a really good quality. And a big FOV, it's a better quality than the Valve Index in terms of the picture quality, and huge FOV, not so much distortion problems anymore, actually really no. Homogeneous edge-to-edge clarity, very good. Big sweet spot. Yeah, like it has a chance now. So I really think this could be something for people who really want a huge FOV, a good quality, a good picture quality, not as good as others, but really good. And for people who are willing to sometimes use the command line tool, right? So I could not yet, recommend this for everyone, since still there are some problems with it, like I mentioned. But for people who are willing to do something and who are willing to solve some problems, this might be something interesting. Again, this is not my full review. This is just my first impression video. And now, because of these good first impressions, this will get a new full review. So this is something that you can look forward to. Now, if you want to talk more with me about this year, about the PIMAX 8KX, the new revision, then go to the MRTV Discord server. The link is down in the description of this video, and I'm waiting there for you and others who probably own this as well. So it's a great place to discuss this headset. Yeah, that is everything that I got for this video. Do you have any comments? Please do leave them in the comment section for the algorithm. And of course, if you've not yet subscribed to MRTV, then absolutely do that now so that you won't miss the full review of the PIMAX 8KX. And if you enjoyed this first impression video, then absolutely give this video a thumbs up. And now I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.